Hello everyone, this is Sampo interview for the first quarter 2020 results. Sampo Group CEO Torbjörn Magnusson, could you give us a walkthrough for the first quarter results and what was behind the excellent results in insurance technical results, and is this amazing level in combined ratio, is it sustainable in the long run?
Well, first of all, the basic need for insurance cover and for help in claim situations doesn't disappear because of the pandemic, of course. And in the Nordics, we had a rather mild winter this time, which helped the results. But then the pandemic struck and we got thousands of travel claims. So on the other hand, people have traveled less, have driven their cars less, and the balance of those two is marginally quite small at the moment. We've given an outlook today for the combined ratio, which is 1 percentage points better than the one we had last year at the same time, and I think that's probably the best answer to the sustainability question that I can give you. Okay,
what about for the? I still like to try for the long run. Is this level sustainable? How do you see the competitive landscape?
Well, you have to do well. You have to give your customers really good service, and you have to have really low costs for this to continue. But we have improved both those numbers year on year, consecutive years for more than a decade. So we are not going to stop trying just because you're asking.
Second question, what's your thought on the investment landscape? We've seen quite wild ride in the equity market especially, and also Sampo took some hit in the March. So what's your take on the equities?
Well, at the moment, we're in the hands of the news from an epidemic, the news flow from that. I think it's more important to prepare the company for all possible outcomes of this rather than to decide on one single view on the equity markets. So we work a lot with protecting our employees. We work a lot with giving the best possible service to our clients also under these circumstances. And we, of course, look at opportunities in the investment markets. There are the prices are at least lower than what they used to be.
Let's talk about the dividend. What was behind the quite dramatic cut in your dividend?
Well, judging from the market reaction, I don't think it was dramatic. Our share price has been up a few percent today, and behind this, it's relatively simple. We have had changes in the expected internal dividends from Nordea and from Topdanmark. And the change to 150 from 220 basically reflects that, and a view that these are times when it is good to be prudent.
The regulators have recommended insurance companies not to pay dividends until we have clearer skies over the COVID-19 crisis. So why Sampo still plans to pay dividend to shareholders in June?
Well, I agree with a regulator that these are times to be careful. I really do. But in the case of Sampo, of course, we have been able to uphold and even increase our solvency ratio compared to before the crisis. And that is why we took, and it was natural to take make this proposal to the AGM.
Your solvency ratio has gone up. You have reduced the dividend, as we just talked about. So does that leave some room perhaps for some moves in M&A front? And usually in times of crisis, it has provided opportunities for Sampo to strike. So what's your take on Sampo's M&A options at this point? And is M&A still part of Sampo overall strategy?
It's actually very true that Sampo has done well in difficult times, and we'll see what opportunities we can find this time. M&A is certainly part of our toolbox. We made 2 smallish acquisitions late last year, and we will continue to look for opportunities there. But let me remind you at the end of this here that also in this field, there's a lot of daily work in our investment departments as well as in our insurance operations that produce a large part of the results that we see even in these turbulent times.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.